She didn't speak to the media after the game against Caitlin Clark, but a member of the Chicago Sky, the national title winner at LSU, and she talked about where all this attention started with her and Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese said she'd take over the WNBA, but ESPN just dropped a bombshell that's got everyone talking. Her rookie season stats? Not quite the slam dunk we expected. 11.5 points and 9.2 rebounds per game. Sound okay, right? But here's the kicker. She's shooting 39% from the field. For a player who's supposed to dominate near the basket, that's rough. Angel stepped onto the WNBA court ready to dominate, but the pros had other plans.
She is cashed in, literally cashed in, but her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. She wins the national title. First thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark.
Her college moves weren't working the same magic anymore. How could a player go from unstoppable to struggling so fast? The answer lies in a set of numbers that tell a completely different story than what fans expected. Let's break it down. Angel Reese's rookie season stats looked solid on paper. 11.5 points and 9.2 rebounds per game. Not bad, right? But here's the thing. Those numbers didn't quite live up to the hype that followed her from college. It's like she was playing a whole different game. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Reese's shooting percentage was a low 39%. That's rough, especially when you consider that 90% of her shots were from within 8 feet of the basket. It's like she was right there at the rim but couldn't seal the deal. And those rebounds, a lot of them came from her own missed shots. It's like she was playing catch with herself out there. Sure, she was getting double-doubles, but they weren't exactly game changers.
Then she's played off of that. Even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding but Angel Reese. So she's sort of embraced a Draymond Green role here. Eyeballs on the WNBA really have to do with Caitlin Clark.
The Chicago Sky finished with a disappointing 13-27 record. Ouch. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Caitlin Clark. While Reese was struggling to find her footing, Clark was setting the league on fire. Games featuring Clark saw a 400% increase in viewership. That's insane. It's like Clark was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. You know what's even crazier? One analyst said the biggest thing she should focus on is just finishing around the rim. Imagine being a pro and needing to work on something that basic. It's like telling LeBron James he needs to practice dribbling. But here's the thing, stats don't always tell the whole story. Sure, Reese was putting up numbers, but they weren't translating into wins.
People watched golf because of Tiger. Now, you might, if you stay long enough, maybe you'll see something or someone there you go, okay, I'm entertained by this. But there's nothing wrong with admitting that you watch a sport because of one singular person.
It's like she was stuck in a game of Monopoly, collecting properties but never passing go. While Angel was fighting to find her footing, something else was happening behind the scenes. The pressure was mounting, and it wasn't just coming from the fans or her teammates. What nobody saw was the internal struggle that threatened to derail her entire career. Angel Reese wasn't just battling opponents on the court. She was facing an invisible enemy that every rookie knows all too well, sky-high expectations. But for Angel, it was a whole different ballgame. Imagine this, you're the Final Four MVP, you've led your team to a national championship, and suddenly everyone's expecting you to be the WNBA's next big thing. That's a lot of weight on your shoulders, right? Now add in a struggling team and stats that don't quite match the hype. It's like trying to climb Mount Everest with a backpack full of bricks. The Chicago Sky's 13-27 record wasn't just a number, it was a constant reminder that things weren't going as planned. Every loss felt like a personal failure, every missed shot a step backward. It's like Angel was playing 2 games at once, one on the court and one in her head. But here's where it gets wild. Despite all this pressure, Angel wasn't backing down. She was putting up double-doubles like they were going out of style. In fact, she set a record with 15 consecutive double-doubles. That's not just good, that's insane. It's like she was saying, yeah, I'm struggling, but I'm not giving up. You know what's crazy? While Angel was battling these inner demons, she was still showing flashes of brilliance. Her general manager even said, she really wants to be great. She is not interested in being good. That's the kind of attitude that turns good players into legends. But let's be real for a second. Wanting to be great and actually being great are two different things. Angel was learning that the hard way. Every game was a roller coaster of emotions. One minute she's grabbing rebounds like a pro. The next she's missing easy shots at the rim. It's like she was so close to greatness. but something was holding her back. And then there's the Caitlin Clark factor. While Angel was fighting her battles, Clark was stealing the spotlight. Games featuring Clark saw a 400% increase in viewership. That's like going from playing in your backyard to suddenly performing at Madison Square Garden. The pressure to keep up was real. But here's the thing about pressure. It either breaks you or makes you stronger. And Angel, she was choosing to get stronger. Those 26 double-doubles weren't just stats. They were a statement. A statement that said, I'm here, I'm learning, and I'm not going anywhere. Angel was fighting an uphill battle, but she wasn't giving up. And then something wild happened. Remember how Angel Reese dominated college basketball? Well, her first WNBA season was anything but dominant. Now, ESPN's latest report suggests we might have been looking at her journey all wrong. Could Angel's biggest setback actually be the catalyst for her greatest triumph? Angel Reese's rookie season in the WNBA was a roller coaster ride. She put up impressive numbers, but they didn't always translate into game-changing performances. Her shooting percentage was a low 39%, and most of her shots were from close range. It's like she was right there at the rim but couldn't seal the deal. But here's the thing, Angel's not giving up. She's hungry to improve. In her own words, I want to be a rookie again and build myself back up. I want to be knocked down and learn and grow at the next level. That's the kind of attitude that turns good players into legends. Analysts have pointed out that Reese needs to focus on a few key areas. Finishing around the rim is at the top of that list. Imagine being a pro and needing to work on something that basic. It's like telling LeBron James he needs to practice dribbling, but Angel's not letting it get her down. She's using it as fuel to get better. And let's talk about that all-star selection. It's like a bright spot in a cloudy sky. It shows that people still believe in Angel's potential. It's not just about the stats, it's about what she could become. The all-star game could be the launching pad for Angel's comeback story. Now, we can't ignore the Caitlin Clark factor. While Angel was finding her footing, Clark was setting the league on fire. Games featuring Clark saw a 400% increase in viewership. That's insane. But here's a wild thought. What if this rivalry is exactly what Angel needs? Nothing motivates like a little healthy competition. Angel's popularity off the court is still sky high. She's got a massive social media following and she's popping up in pop culture left and right. But that fame comes with a price. The expectations are through the roof. It's like she's carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders every time she steps on the court. But what if all this pressure is just preparing Angel for something bigger? What if her struggles are just the first chapter in an epic comeback story? ESPN's latest report suggests that Angel's future in the WNBA might be brighter than we think. Think about it. Angel's got the talent, she's got the drive, and now she's got something to prove. That's a dangerous combination. Her sophomore season could be the one where everything clicks, where those double-doubles start turning into wins, where she becomes the game changer everyone expected her to be.